Hey, you want to watch Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels?
I don't know.
It's got Jason Statham.
Ooh, what's he driving?
He actually doesn't drive anything.
What do you mean? Well, at least kick someone's ass with martial arts, right?
Not really.
No, what? Jason Statham does do martial arts?
He doesn't even know martial arts.
No, yes, of course he does martial arts. He does it in a transporter.
Yeah, it's not that kind of movie.
Well, he's at least shirtless, right?
No, he's not shirtless at all.
Remember that scene from Transporter where he takes off his shirt and starts flogging that midget with a spatula?
Whoa, that doesn't sound like the Transporter. That might have been a porn you watched called The Transporkin. I don't think that guy was Jason Statham.
Well, these are some interesting developments.
This is a Guy Ritchie film.
Oh, is that the guy that was married to Cher?
I think you mean Madonna.
Oh, that's right. Girls just want to have fun.
Let's just watch the movie.
This is Jpar, and you are listening to the We Promise Nothing show. This week we have Kathy, we have Lipp, and we have Da Boo. But before we get started, I'd like to remind everyone that all our awesome music on the show is provided by SoundsLikeAnEarful.com. If you need great music for your podcast, check them out. SoundsLikeAnEarful.com. This week, we're gonna review Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, 1998 Guy Ritchie film. But before we get into that, of course, we'll talk about little facts. But before we even do that, let's introduce the panel. Say hello, folks.
Yo.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
All right, there they are. Aren't they just magnificent? Now, a few facts about Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Let's see. So, it's a botched card game in London. Triggers four friends, thugs, weed growers, hard gangsters, loan shark, and debt collectors to collide with each other in a series of unexpected events, all for the sake of weed, cash, and two antique shotguns. The starring Jason Fleming, Dexter Fletcher, Nick Moran, Jason Statham, Vinnie Jones, and for some reason Sting makes an appearance. It's a crime comedy kind of movie, I guess. And this is Jason Statham's film debut, also Vinnie Jones' film debut. Jason Statham has, in real life, worked as a street vendor, similar to the character he plays in the opening of the movie. And on Vinnie Jones' first day of filming this movie, he had just been released from police custody. So he's a real crook. He had been arrested for beating up his neighbor. Great. Football commentary in the pub mentions both writer-director Guy Ritchie and producer Matthew Vaughn as players. The word fuck is used 125 times. Body count in this movie is 16, and the film uses mainly shades of yellow, brown, and gray, as if the color film stock were old and weathered, which gives the film a unique look, something that you notice right away as soon as this film starts. So yeah, that's Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. So what do you guys think of the movie?
Well, I've seen it several times. I actually own it on DVD. I love it. It's a great film. It's probably like the fifth or sixth time I've seen it. It just reminds me so much of Snatch.
Another Guy Ritchie movie.
Yeah, another Guy Ritchie movie. I feel like it's almost maybe not quite as good as Snatch. Snatch improves in a couple of areas, but I love this film for, I was saying earlier, the soundtrack and just the way it's shot. You know, you watch it, it looks like it's out of the 80s, but it's actually made in 98. Just with all the dark tones and everything. I love it.
And what'd you think, Boo?
Oh, well.
This isn't your first time watching it either.
If anything, it was just actually another one of those British movies. I think the humor for me was what lost me on it years ago, but for now I can actually be a little bit more appreciative of the fact that it was, that kind of humor.
And Kathy, this was your first time seeing it, I believe?
Yes.
And what'd you think?
Well, I don't know. There was a lot of things that I liked about it there. I liked the way it was filmed. I like it was very almost artsy the way it was filmed, and I don't know. I've always liked gangster type movies and comedies, so it just kind of worked really well for me.
Mm-hmm. It is like a comedic kind of gangster movie, and maybe the same way that maybe Pulp Fiction is, I guess, but not the same kind of humor. I mean, Guy Ritchie has his own kind of style to it, and it's also like influenced by that dry English humor, right?
It's kind of this coincidental humor, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wow, okay.
Well, it's not really dry. I guess it's not dry English humor, but it is English humor, which does vary from our humor over here, right? It's a little bit different.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was one of the first things I mentioned. I was saying like how it looks so old, right? That's like the first thing you notice about the movie, and I think that's. And I was like, what did I say to you? I'm like, what is it about English movies or English films? It just looks so drab. You know, it's like it always looks like it's so like.
Well, it's often raining over there.
Yeah,
and you know they have a lot of.
I'm guessing
dreary weather.
Guy Ritchie chose these colors to kind of capture the mood of maybe living there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, so that was done really well in that sense.
I find even that maybe even just influence them to have that type of dry humor. You know, just that seasonal difference of just raining all the time, and obviously get nice weather there as well, but much more rain than we get over here.
Mm-hmm. You know what? We should have gathered facts on London and UK after this, but
yeah.
Oh well.
We promised nothing.
We promised nothing. So is there anything else that anyone wants to mention about this film before we review it?
Yeah.
I feel like we really haven't said that much about it.
There's not much to say, really. I mean, it's just a big mess of sub-stories, I kind of felt like. You know, you had to watch... One of those movies I think that I love most of all, I think, of this mess of a movie was the fact that you had to see it from beginning to end to appreciate the entire plot line that was kind of created ahead of time. You have to think of it, right? The entire mess of each scenario rolled into the next, you know?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So, that I really enjoyed, though.
Nothing else?
No.
Alright, so review this movie, Lipp. This was your suggestion this week, so...
I'm going to give it a 4. I still really love it. I can see why some people might not like it if they don't quite understand everything they're saying. They have a lot of terms that,
And that was actually one funny part of the movie, and it is funny because they are speaking English. It's not like they're speaking a different language. But it's just like the English have such a way of speaking, right? And it's like some of the things don't really make sense, or like the slang doesn't really translate over here. So there's that part where they translate what that one guy's saying. That was pretty funny.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And even some of those terms they're saying, you kind of figure out what they're...
Yeah,
what that actually means.
Figure it out.
Take that smile off your Chevy Chase. Obviously, that means your face.
Yeah,
it's
right, and they're calling people geezers and stuff like that. It's like, what? We can figure it out.
Yeah, it's not too bad, but I can see how some people can get lost on it, and that might take away from some of the appeal of the movie.
Right.
There's one scene I love to kind of point out, though, that I love the most out of the whole movie was that I think it was at the end of the movie when he took the door to the guy's head. Like that in itself had the same effects. I think like shock for me was for the first time seeing it. Right, it was the same effect I got out of American History X when Norton's character had taken the foot to the guy's head. The Kirby, as they would call it.
Yeah,
that's
it had
a
that
crazy
same effect for me on how much shock I got out of the scene. So. And that really stuck with me the entire time. For Rockstock.
Absolutely, it's very brutal.
Yeah.
Very just even the way it's just the anger in that scene is awesome. It's really well done.
I think I'm gonna give this movie a 3.5.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a 4.
You already did give it a 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know if I said that.
Oh, did you? Was there more you wanted to say why you're giving it a 4? Or?
Not really. I really enjoy it. I've seen it several times. It's still great. If you haven't seen it, give it a go. If you can,
This is my first time seeing it. It was all right. I'm not crazy about it. I'm not really a big crime guy. I mean, there is good.
Did you prefer? You've seen Snatch as well?
I remember seeing Snatch, but I think I gotta rewatch Snatch.
Okay, I was gonna ask you if you preferred Snatch over this movie. They're very similar.
I like the comedy in this. I remember Snatch being funnier though. Maybe it's just Brad Pitt's character in that movie that made it funny for me, but I like the comedy in this, and I like the cinematography. I like the angles, you know what I mean? And I actually kind of, intentionally made it look drab to kind of fit that mood. Like, that's all appreciated. That's for sure. So, I mean, you got the crime stuff going on, and then every once in a while there's they do say funny things, and funny things do happen every once in a while, so it's kind of it's not hilarious, but it's still it's kind of tongue-in-cheek kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna go with 3.5, I guess.
I'll probably give it a 4, just because it is something that I'll probably end up rewatching. Because I'm sure there's a lot of things that I missed, or you know, I don't know. I will probably rewatch it again. So and like Jay said, I like the way it was filmed. I like British humor, so that's right down my alley. So yeah, I'll give it a 4.
I might do the same, guys. 4 for me because it just had that same humor. I think
I made the boo vote this week.
Yeah, did you?
I did a 0.5 less than all y'all.
I don't know. I just it was a memorable movie for me, but I have to admit my style of movie leans more towards the more screwed up it is, the more I'll like it, more than likely. So this one I had to rewatch. I really did. After that second, third, fourth, and so on. You see the movie more than once, you tend to appreciate the little areas of the movie you forgot
I
in the
felt
first place.
that's what I needed to do. Like, this was my first time. I felt like this is probably a movie I would probably appreciate more if I saw it more.
Yeah, you
but
pick
to
up on
me, I
details.
didn't have that. There's a lot of movies that we make you guys watch and you guys haven't seen. And to us, we're like, oh, we love that movie. And you guys are like, it's all right, I guess.
If there's any warning I can warn anyone when it comes to a movie of this type is there's too many characters sometimes. There's just too much to actually, focus on. You realize you mentioned, as we all mentioned, Statham being, in his debut right now. In this movie, it wasn't so much about him, it was so much about his team of friends.
Right, yeah. It
And
wasn't
that
just
rolled into more than just one set of characters. It happened to be another set of characters, which rolled into another set of characters, and so on and so forth. So that kind of movie, if you're not used to rewatching a movie and noticing the relationship between each character, and by the end of that film, tying them all back into the beginning, that's hard to do.
Yeah,
So that's why I appreciate the fact that when I rewatch, I catch little things I didn't do so in the first place.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Dave, with the the amount of characters there are in the movie and the fact that they jump from scene to scene, and you actually have to kind of know who they are. So watching it a couple times would probably be beneficial. It has kind of what I like to call the Game of Thrones effect, where you're like, who is that? I haven't seen that guy for oh yeah. And then you watch it a couple times and you're like, oh yeah, okay. I remember him. I remember him.
Really have to look far back.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so that's Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, and that's pretty warm reviews, I would say.
Yeah, actually, I thought I was going to get a more dreary review, but...
Well, I don't know. I gave it the lowest reviews.
Yeah.
The lowest rating, so... And if you want to send me hate mail or leave any comments below as to why I should rewatch it or rate it higher, then you can go ahead and do that. I encourage it.
I love how
You
called
saw
it.
it. No, I'm just kidding.
I love how I called it the Boo effect. Apparently, I have the lowest rating every time.
Well, something I've been pointing out
Not a
to-
hateful guys, I swear.
There's something I've been noticing, and I'm sorry for outing you like this to the audience, but something I've been noticing with Kathy, I've been saying, is like, Boo always rates 0.5 less than what we do. And more times than not, you do.
I think it's because I've seen so many movies. For me, I feel like I have to be more critical. I don't know. I apologize for that.
No,
Maybe I should-
but you know
I
what?
should be
No,
so
don't
critical.
No.
apologize.
You're a tough critic. I
Don't
love it.
apologize.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
good. It's
Tough
like,
critic.
people are going to be listening like, oh, these guys are soft critics. Like, they always give 4s and 3s.
Cushy 4s,
and- No one's done a 2 yet, but I don't think we've, watched a
Almost.
movie so... Yeah,
Yes, an
Boo
almost
almost
two.
did it. He's like, oh, it's a Canadian movie? It gets a 0.5. It's 3 now.
It's 2.5, yeah.
The Changeling. That's what it was.
Yeah.
All right, and we'll be doing more movies. Of course, we review them every week. Now on to TV shows.
Yeah.
And we watched a great little TV show the other day, and I hope everyone watched it. And we were talking about it previously on here too. It's Ash vs. the Evil Dead.
Woot woot.
And
Oh, yeah.
I watched this first episode of Ash vs. Evil Dead, starring Bruce Campbell, directed by Sam Raimi. That's right, all the original people. And it was amazing. It's got to be like the best first episode I've seen in a series in a long time. Like it just comes out the gate, fucking
captured
full
everything.
steam ahead. It was scary. It was action filled. It was hilarious. Everything you want to see in an Evil Dead movie. It does not
Bruce.
disappoint. It's not a movie,
Bruce.
it's a series.
Bruce.
So
Bruce.
even better, we
Bruce.
get to watch this every week. And it's got like that cheesy Bruce Campbell humor, and it's got like little monsters that it can fight, and you throw in some side characters to add some intrigue, and even Lucy Lawless in there, and
It could be summarized under one word. Groovy.
it's groovy.
Ah.
It's very, very groovy.
Bravo.
And you guys also saw it, so what did you guys think of this debut episode of Ash vs. Evil Dead?
Hate it. No, I'm joking.
I like it exactly 0.5 less than everyone else. No.
We're not rating the show.
No, I know. I'm just teasing this time.
You're just going to tell me what you think of it.
I love the gore. For me, it was that Sam Raimi...
Everything was vintage Raimi. It was just so on key to what he does, and does it so well.
It was so
And
creepy
it's the way
and
he
so
does it.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just,
I thought Bruce Campbell was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
He is so funny, so
he
classic.
is
Bruce
Ash
Campbell.
Williams. He is
absolutely-
that character.
And he is overweight. No, I'm joking.
30 pounds
I was
overweight.
just gonna say, I mean, my first comment was when I'd seen that episode, I realized just how many years had really aged upon him as an actor. When you look back at the first Evil Dead movie,
Yeah.
even not even the second, the first one, he was really freaking young. But no, that was that much more flair behind his character. You guys say, he's Ash. He really is Ash because for after all these years, no one really sees him other than that. So it says that much more about it.
He was in this movie not too long. What was it? My Name is Bruce, I think it was called.
Yes.
I think that was the name of it. He kind of plays like a dickish version of himself. But I feel like it's an extension of this Ash Williams character, because in that movie he's like living in a trailer similar to that, and he's even acting in that same manner. And then it's funny, like at the end of and as he's acting like such an asshole to everybody, just being just a shitty human being.
He's
right?
an overconfident asshole,
Yeah.
right? Like he just.
It's like someone who just
And it's
finished
only-
saving the world, realized that no one could be above him, kind of thing. He walks around.
No, it's not even that. 'Cause he
His
says
nose
he
in the air.
doesn't want to do it. He says let someone else be chosen this time. So he doesn't want to do it, and he's just being a dick, a shitty person. It's only until he starts fighting back against the Evil Dead until we see that Ash Williams, cocky, confident, shotgun, shooting, chainsaw on hand, blazing, motherfucker.
Even that last scene there where you had to jump into receival of the
'Cause,
whole
like, the-
chainsaw, it was
yeah.
midair,
Oh yeah, and it was set up so perfectly. You knew it was going to happen, but you loved it every second.
Absolutely. Had to happen.
It put a smile on my face from beginning to end, and like I said to Kathy, there's no other show that I've seen where an old decrepit granny gets her head chopped off, and you just got to smile ear to ear about it. You know what I mean?
I've already
my
watched
God.
it 4 or 5
I
times.
know. I want to watch. I watched it twice. I want to watch it again. It's great.
I've watched it several times already. Love it.
Yeah, it's
Love
very
it.
good. I love the
cannot
gore.
wait.
The gore was very surprising, like how well done it was. And the comedy in there is just classic.
Oh, classic.
I'm
Evil
looking
Dead,
forward to
Army of
watching
Darkness.
it.
This is going to be a great series, and I can't wait to see what it has in store.
Mm-hmm.
This is just. Oh, I can't even say it.
I hope
can't
I just
even-
hope that it continues with at this.
Oh, it
level.
will. It will. There's too many Evil Dead fans.
Oh, yeah,
Too many
they do
hardcore
disappoint
Evil
me.
Dead fans.
Yeah,
They're going to be
that's
all
true.
over this, and with that just awesome first episode, I have no doubt that this will run for many seasons. But there's other great shows that have been coming out. I don't know if they're as good as that one, but maybe yous can decide that. There's other great shows that have debuted this season, and even just recently.
I'm gonna put one up there that I enjoyed pretty much just as much as Ash vs. Evil Dead. Mr. Robot.
Right. Okay, so I'm
Very good.
gonna read you a list of some of the newer shows that came out, and we can kind of talk about them. Mr. Robot, you can tell me which one might be your favorite. Maybe it is Ash vs. Evil Dead, or what you like, what you don't like. So we got Muppets, Mr. Robot, Ash vs. Evil Dead, Limitless, Heroes Reborn, Supergirl, Fear the Walking Dead, Blind Spots, and I could say that Daredevil was this year too, but I think that was way earlier in the year, and that's already gone, and it's awesome. We could talk about that in length another time. But out of these newer shows, what's your favorite? What's good? What's a hit? What's a miss? What have you seen? What haven't you seen?
Okay, well, I loved Mr. Robot. I've only seen one episode of The Muppets. Only seen one episode of Ash vs. Evil Dead. That's all it's out. Limitless, I've seen quite a few. I think I'm 7 or 8 episodes into Limitless. It's pretty good. I find it's kind of settling into almost like a generic CSI kind of niche where it's, okay, solve a mystery, and then there's some other crap kind of to do with, the pill on the side. So I'm not, I was kind of grabbed by the first couple episodes, and now I've been taken back the last few episodes.
I'm starting to feel that's the direction that one's going. I was a little bit worried about that when I saw that.
So I think it's going to be more kind of like a crime drama.
Yeah,
kind of
it's starting
thing.
to look
So
that way.
I'm backing off from that a little bit. I'm a little less pleased recently. Heroes Reborn, it's pretty good. Reminds me a lot of the old Heroes. Yeah, there's a reason the old Heroes was canceled. It's good, and I love the premise, and I love some of the powers.
Do we need, Heroes Reborn? I wasn't too big into the first Heroes to begin with. And now with, Marvel and DC, and now maybe even Fox throwing out, an X-Men series, do we need a Heroes Reborn series? I know there's a lot of fans of it. I'm sorry, but...
I enjoy it. I'll tell you this, I'm going to keep watching it.
Yeah.
I'm more likely to keep watching Heroes Reborn than Limitless.
Yeah.
That being said, okay, I haven't seen Supergirl, haven't seen Fear the Walking Dead, but I have been keeping up with the recent Walking Dead, and I love the new season. And Blind Spot, I've not seen either. But I've seen Mr. Robot, and I love it. I'm going to have to put that one up there as, my favorite one. I found it so dark and creepy, and it makes
do you like it better more than Ash vs. Evil Dead right now?
I'm going to say yes.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to think of it too, though.
Okay, whatever you guys do, don't give away the secret in Mr. Robot, because it's kind of something people have to discover on their own.
No, absolutely.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about specifics either. Considering this, we actually have the Ash vs. Evil Dead as one episode, and then we have Mr. Robot as
it's a full season's out, so...
You can't compare them, too literally just yet.
Yeah, exactly.
I do have to admit, there's been that much more hype, more excitement behind Ash and Evil Dead especially, but... I don't know. I think Mr. Robot might actually be there too for me this year, but it's a toss-up. Between that and Daredevil being another one of my favorites this year too.
Yeah.
It all depends on how you look at it.
Jay, what do you always say Mr. Robot is a mix between?
I can't say what it is, because then if I say it, people will know exactly what it is. I want people to watch it themselves. Okay. If I say what it's like, then people are going to guess the story right away. Because as soon as I say that, that gives it away.
Okay. Well, okay, I'm going to say it's similar to Hackers.
Hackers meets another great cult movie that I can't say.
Okay. Anyhow, so Hackers are basically trying to erase the debt of the world. It's a pretty cool premise. The guy's also addicted to morphine and, kind of crazy. So you're trying to figure out, what's real and what's not. It makes you very paranoid because you can
Oh
hack
my god,
everything.
does it ever make you paranoid? It starts making you think about your passwords that you do for your computers and all that stuff that you keep secret. And you're just like, oh, maybe I should change my passwords.
Well, for me, it was almost more of a literal comparison of a video game called Watch Dogs. It had this effect where hacking is just a method of being able to retrieve information. That's all we know of it, obviously. But in Mr. Robot, it was almost like just a subplot to a bigger story, which is part of the reason why I love it that much more, because it was one of those where you got to see what world this one guy lived in, knowing that he was obviously having problems and issues of his own, and like a lot of us do, right? But he was also this other guy in another world where he was untouchable, the guy was the best of what he did in his mind especially, but he performed perfectly when it came to, from a hacking point of view, right? I know what you're saying. You can't give away specifics, otherwise it
right. It's hard to talk about that show without giving away what happens.
If there's one thing we can tell anyone is that if you enjoy a plot that really catches you off guard, when it does it the way it should, you know the feeling of a good show. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Some of them tend to do it too quickly, or at least give you too many hints.
I have to watch.
Right away, and then all of a sudden,
I guessed right away with this one. I don't know how. I just did because
I did.
Because it is emulating my favorite movie of all time.
And
so
I kind of feel like I might have been held responsible for that. That's just my own fault. But I think it's because I think I had recommended it, and I might have said something that kind of hinted.
I think you might have actually, and that's when it might have actually just done that. But I kind of guessed it on my own.
Mm-hmm. It had that flair, maybe. We'll just say that.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, we won't talk about much more about it because I don't want to give anything away. But it's definitely an interesting series. I got to watch more of it. I've only watched the first 4 episodes or first 3. I don't remember. I pretty much guessed the ending of the series before I got far enough.
The
season, I guess. Not the series, the season. So that is a good series. I think I'm going to go back to it and watch it. I agree with the Limitless thing. I watched a little bit of Limitless, and it's like trying to be like CSI maybe a little too much, with just too many of those shows already. I don't need that shit. And Limitless was a good movie. There's definitely some good stuff that they do in that series. It does grab your attention. But yeah, you're
concept.
right. Leaning too much on the detective, or not even the detective part of just the investigator kind of crime scene investigator kind of thing, like I said, wasn't too big into Heroes Reborn. Supergirl, I don't. My problem with this, I don't think it's a part of the Arrow and the Flash and all that, so I don't see the point of them doing that. We don't need like another DC universe out there. You know what I mean? There's already gonna have the movie one, and they have the one that Arrow and Flash and Atom are gonna exist in, which will be Legends of Tomorrow is eventually what that series will be called. Fear the Walking Dead. I am getting sick of Walking Dead. I like the first 3 episodes of the season so far. The last one we watched was kind of blah. But yeah, I don't want to get into another Walking Dead. And I haven't seen Blind Spot yet, which I probably should. We should actually probably do our homework on this and come back and see what we think about these other ones we haven't watched.
Next week on We Promise Nothing.
Next week on We Promise Nothing.
We may have watched
We
one of
watch
these
shows! Oh my lord.
Damn it, homework.
Maybe.
But teacher, I got hockey practice. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, that came out yesterday.
Yes, I want to go see it, Peanuts.
Peanuts movie's out.
We should go see it. I want to go see it.
Yeah, we should.
I do.
And we should drag Boo along. And then we'll chain up Rob and we'll bring her too and force them to watch Snoopy dance.
We'll
all
see
over
how
the
you do
screen.
that when I'm working.
Kidnapping. You can do that anywhere.
All right, so did you want to say anything about the TV shows? Did you?
Yeah, well, I enjoy the Muppets. It grew on me more and more. I'm becoming more and more addicted to it. Loved Mr. Robot, but I'm not going to go into it because we've already talked to it. But
we talked to it.
Yes, we talk to it all the time.
Yes.
I'm Mr. Robot.
Hi.
You know, Asher's the Evil Dead. I said it before.
Absolutely
loved it. I like Limitless. But I a lot of reasons why I like a show is because I actually like the characters in the show, and not even half the time is the story. Like the storyline doesn't interest me at all, but the character itself does. So, the guy in Limitless actually catches my attention, and I enjoy it for that mostly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that it's actually going to change into less of a CSI and more of a Limitless kind of thing.
Right.
I haven't watched Heroes Reborn, Supergirl, or Fear the Walking Dead. I'm actually looking forward to looking at Blind Spot shortly. I'm definitely going to review that.
Unless you got something else to say about those new shows.
I'll be honest, I didn't see most of them. I'm at a disadvantage.
Well, you've seen Muppets.
Yeah, no, I've seen that.
And you're not even a Muppets fan too much.
I'm impartial.
But you seem to enjoy these. They're pretty funny, right? Like, what do you think?
Well, they bring back memories, I think, for me, for a lot of them. For some, I'm actually anxious for more down the road in terms of the continuations of some of these
I think people are worried about the adult humor on the new Muppets. It has
Oh,
kind
really?
of adult humor now. That's been getting a lot of slack for it. Like, I think it's about the reviews are about like 50-50 on the Muppets right now. Like, there's people who love it. There's other people like, oh, I want the old Muppets. I don't want this adult humor. Blah blah blah.
I thought the original Muppets was more of an
Exactly.
adult humor.
Thank you.
I think it's the idea that
Fucking
they didn't-
thank you.
The original Muppets was adult humor.
That's
Jim had
what
some
I
added-
said.
Wasn't that the whole point for the fact that the family could sit there and watch it instead of it just being the kids alone? You know.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
talking about
That's why they
Sesame
do
Street
that.
right back in the day, or Muppets in that same sense. Sorry, I'm getting it mixed up here. But Muppets, I think for me, was one of those family-oriented, shows.
I mean, this is like Muppets with kind of like an Office kind of feel to it in a way.
Well, that's why I think that's why you're saying you're creating more of an adult effect right now,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's something that would catch on me, but I can see what they're trying to do. I kind of feel it's almost more of a sitcom at this point.
Well, that's
than
what
it
they're
is.
trying to do for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else about the new shows that we haven't mentioned? You just want to mention? I'd like to take a moment to remind everyone that this part of the show is brought to you by Random Thoughts by Kathy.
What if this was the Matrix?
What if this was the Matrix? Now I want you all to stop and think about that for a second. Okay. I thought about it. Ignorance is bliss. I
Yeah,
need that dude who screws them all over and be like, you know what? I'm going back to live in the
Is it
fucking
blue pill
Matrix.
Or is it the blue pill or the red pill?
I don't know
I
what
think-
pill does fucking what. I just
think
know
I
I'm
think
going
take the
back
blue
to
pill,
live
go
in
to
the
sleep,
Matrix.
you take the red pill,
I
get on
seen
rabbit
the
hole.
shitty
Yeah,
future.
you
I
can
seen
go
what it's
down
like
the rabbit
outside
hole.
the Matrix. I'm going back in.
Well, I figure it can't be worse than here. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, yeah.
It can be if you haven't seen the
Get me
Matrix.
off! No, well, that sounded terrible, but I would take the blue pill. I would go down. Oh no, the red pill. I would go down the rabbit hole. Why not? You know, you only live once.
Well, if
Be
I was
like,
given,
"You
here's the thing: if I
know."
was given the option, I'd probably be like, "Oh, okay. Well, I want to know what's on the other side." Yes, but knowing what's on the other side, I'd be like, "No, put me back in. Put me back in."
Exactly. But I'd want to see. I mean, I don't know, why not?
What happens if you only had like an actual like 10-year life in the Matrix? You know, and the robot's going to eat you, but you could have like a 20 or 30 year shittier life outside the Matrix.
I'd go outside the Matrix.
I would live 9 years inside, and then I would leave the house. Can I do that?
I don't know. I'm always up to try new things anyway. So if it like, I don't like change, but I like change at the same time. I like adventures. I don't like change.
Oh, I
think
hate
that's what
change.
it
I'd
is.
rather just have bills on me.
And did I mention? He didn't say it was Jay. But
All right. So what were you saying?
I don't remember.
You like change? That's why you
I
voted
like
for
change,
Barack.
I'm looking at you confusedly because the viewers can't see that. But
That's why you voted for Barack Obama, because you like change.
no, not.
All right. So you would.
I
Yes,
would
you
go
would
down.
live
I
outside
would
the
go down.
Matrix.
I would go inside the Matrix.
Okay. So
Why not?
what about you guys?
Just to out of my curiosity would make me do it.
Yeah, curiosity would also make
Well,
me
I
take
mean,
the
yeah,
pill.
curiosity would make me do it for sure.
But at the end of the day, I would probably prefer to be in this, you know, wonderful life where I take warm showers, and I
Right,
eat
yeah.
delicious food,
And I'm not used as a battery by machine.
Yeah, I'm not
well,
used as a
actually, I
battery.
am, but I don't know about it because I'm in the Matrix.
Yeah.
I do agree that
You're
ignorance is
essentially,
bliss, but I don't think I'd be able to help myself. I would definitely go.
You're basically just one of those people in Rick's universe, Rick and Morty, in his battery.
Yeah. Exactly. Boo?
Yeah.
Well, you don't know. That's a hard one. I think for me it was... There's only one question that comes to mind before I could answer that. Because it was almost like the way Neo had been introduced to, you know, the possibility of there being another world other than his reality, right?
Yeah.
And it was from the point of view of a hacker, right? He knew of another community out there that he was, you know, of the same caliber. He was this great hacker in his view, and then at the same time he knows Trinity, who happened to be the one that pulled him into the circle to meet Morpheus and so on and so forth, hence the two pills. Well, as a regular Joe Schmo who has no fucking clue how to hack, why would I take that option, right? It's that much more of an obscure world that I can barely conceive of. Having said that, I don't know how I'd react. I guess I would be curious. I really am that type of curious, but...
Okay, now we're all saying
Uh-huh.
we would probably live in the Matrix after we found out. What if they told you were the one?
Oh, absolutely, I'd take it.
Well, if I'm the one, I mean, I get to bone Trinity, right? So, I guess I'll be the one.
Oh, tisk.
I guess I'll be the one.
Leather pants can get tighter.
I don't know if the world's ready for me in leather pants. So, I don't know.
Well, if some chick's coming up to you and she's telling you you're the one, I mean, your brain starts not working right. You know, it's just how guys' brains. Where he's like, oh yeah, I believe what you're saying.
Tell me more how I'm the one.
Tell me more about how great I am.
Yeah.
All right, so is that it? Does that suffice your question there, Kathy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's pretty good,
does.
pretty good.
All right, not bad, not bad.
Thank you.
Random
Thank you.
thoughts by Kathy.
No, we already got music for it.
But he added more. If he wants to sing my name, like, go ahead.
Edit it out then, I don't care.
Oh, I won't be edited. I'm gonna let everyone hear your singing.
Yeah. Cha-ching. No.
But you know, it'd be really. We should. You know what we should do, little guys? We need a round of
Pitch
that movie. Wait,
Ah.
what was that again?
Damn it.
All right. Pitch that movie! That's right. It's time for Pitch That Movie. I play a picky movie producer who is looking to make a quick buck off some of these guys' ideas. And, you know, we roll up a random name, a random genre, random 2 words. We throw it together. Whoever gives me the best wins this week. We do 3 rounds, and we just enjoy doing this. It's so much fun.
Jay, how about you play and make Dave?
I was gonna say, you know what? You play and I'll judge.
No, I played last week.
So I played every week so far.
Samesies. Jay plays.
I'll judge.
I think Kathy
Fine.
should judge this week.
All right,
I'll
fine.
judge.
You judge this week.
Yeah, my brain's not working well again, so let's.
All right, fine. That's fine. I am cool with that. You judge, and I'll play.
Yeah.
Who won last time? Do you know?
Was it me?
It was Lipp.
Yes, it was.
So Lipp goes first.
Oh shoot! Okay.
Oh shoot!
Oh, we need the die.
Grab the die. The die 20 of destiny.
It is the die of destiny, child. We're gonna
Huh?
talk the movies because we're freaking insane. Anyway, never
Right.
mind.
You
Edit.
fail.
Yes, I failed. This is why I'm just judging.
Can I have a sheet of paper there? Lipp?
I suppose so, since it's your binder.
It's not really. It's actually Kathy's, but.
So neener.
Oh.
All right,
Give me a celebrity I actually know and can do like a sound.
You
or
gotta
voice for.
roll.
I'm really shitty with.
Oh fuck
actors.
you! You
With actors.
kicked ass
Whoa! You're
last
stealing my
week.
pen. You're stealing my pen.
Yeah, I like this pen.
Bastard. This doesn't work. This one doesn't work.
This will be all edited out.
Edit.
Do the edit dance.
Thank you.
Alright, so since Lipp was the winner last week when me, Kathy, and Lipp played, he will start us off this time. And he's rolled a 16. That gives him...
Jim Carrey.
No. Yes. Jim Carrey. No.
9.
And he's in a romantic comedy.
Ugh.
Oh, this is gonna be bad. All right, Lipp. With
3.
zombie.
Oh, I feel like we did zombies before, no?
I don't know.
Okay, zombies.
Zombie, not zombies. Zombie.
Oh, zombie. 8.
Dragons.
Whoa.
Zombie
What
dragons.
the hell? All right.
This is going to be interesting. I cannot wait to hear these.
Take it away, Lipp.
Okay. This is shit. This category is shit. Okay.
I'm kicking. No, sorry.
Okay, so Jim Carrey works at Dragon World, and it's a mystical theme park. And all of a sudden, zombies take over the world. And he is fighting off zombies, but then realizes the zombies can also fall in love. And he ends up dating a female zombie. And they go on all the rides in Dragon World. And eventually she puts her hands up on a roller coaster when she shouldn't, and her arms fly off, and she dies. Well, I guess it's not really a comedy.
That's really funny. Yeah, next.
That's
Jay.
hilarious.
Maybe her limbs just come off all the time. He's always reattaching them. Hilarity ensues.
Jim Carrey is
Oh, God.
living in medieval times. Everyone else is a loser. And Jim Carrey is, he's trying to be a knight. And he comes across, a girl. That girl is, we'll say, Reese Witherspoon. A maid that he's trying to impress. That he meets along the way. And he's a slayer of dragons. But he finds out from Reese Witherspoon's character that there is no more dragons on the earth, so he can't make any more money. Right?
Loser.
No, so now he's the loser. I don't know where I'm going with this.
It's so hard. It's so hard.
And so they come across this cave, right? While Jim Carrey's trying to impress Reese Witherspoon. Trying to show how brave he is, right? Mm-hmm. And then they go and it's all bones in there, but it's dragon bones, right? And as they're about to leave, Unknowingly, from the shadows, a spell is casted. And the dragon bones, like all the flesh comes on, they turn into zombie dragons. So now Jim Carrey has to use his sword to impress Reese Witherspoon and win her heart romantically in a comedic fashion.
All right, so Boo.
Oh wow. I'll be honest, I can't do this, guys.
No.
No.
I can't do this.
Pass.
I'm honestly, I gotta pass on this, guys. I really can't. I can't think of anything right now.
That's why you just make a bullshit like we
Yeah, but
did.
after I hear you guys, it's like I can't keep doing that. You guys are such random. It's like, how do I compete against that?
Next, or Cassie pick a winner.
So Boo
Pick a loser.
forfeits his turn.
Cassie
Sorry.
pick a loser for this
That's
round.
right.
But no, the winner.
Well, we both suck, so it's a loser.
I don't know. Mine
No,
wasn't that
actually,
bad.
Jays, I'll have to
not-
give it to Jay. You
All
know
right.
what
I
I
love,
mean?
I love the creativity, but it's like,
Points,
Christ,
Jay.
everyone's all over. I'm like, fucking, I have to come up with something too.
Well, that was hard. I mean,
that
Zombie
one was
Dragon
hard,
with
I
Jim
have to
Carrey.
admit.
Like, I was like, how the
It's okay.
fuck do I fit Ace Ventura in with Zombie Dragons with a romantic comedy? Oh,
Like,
okay.
that was just, whoa. Okay.
I had to come up with nonsense. All right, so it's my turn now. Round 2. I got the first round. Wow.
Don't.
7 gives me Harrison Ford. In a slasher horror. Oh boy, this doesn't make sense already. With fighting. Oh fuck. Fighting babies. All right.
Wow. Good luck, fellas.
Makes sense.
I have to. Okay, I'm gonna have to make a decision out of this. Like, my job's even harder.
What is it? A slasher horror?
It's a slasher horror with fighting
Okay.
babies,
All right.
starring Harrison Ford. Go.
All right, so Harrison Ford is a former garbage man. He's retired. He's finally just learned his pension. You know, he's been a loser his whole life, so he's only been a fireman. He doesn't really have much going on for him. All right, so these babies move into town, and they're fighters. And they're actually not babies, though. That's the name of their gang. They're called the Fighting Babies.
Oh, okay. that
Right,
works.
so they start, like, purging everyone. You know, just purging like crazy. Because they're assholes and they're a gang. So, you know, it's kind of, this is where the slasher horror comes in. Like, they're stalking people at the night and everything. And then one night, as Harrison Ford's coming home from the bar, drowning his sorrows, he drops his wallet. Or he bumps into one, and then he drops his wallet as that happens. And they pick up his wallet. And they come to his house, right? And they try to kill him and take his money. But what they don't know is that he's Harrison Ford. So he goes into the back, he's got some rifles and stuff, and he has to defend his house from the fighting babies who want to murder him.
Okay, that's more of a slasher without the horror part of it. Like, it wasn't really scary.
No, but there's a whole part of them building up, killing other people. It's building up to them going after Harrison Ford. You see, like, the two stories going on. Like, one side is, like, the babies, they're, like, killing people. You see how bad they are. And then the other side, you see, like,
Right,
Harrison
Boo.
Ford's, like, sad life, you know?
Boo.
All right, I'm thinking Harrison Ford plays a retired cop.
Oh. He just went up a notch.
He spent his years tracking down, killers all his life. He's had so many years on his belt that he figured it was time to retire, so he just recently gave up his badge. But what he didn't realize that was probably the worst time ever to actually, put down his gun, because that was the time when he needed it most. What he didn't realize was that was the night when Earth would be invaded by a race of babies. Now that sounds funny, I know. But what could be more horrific than... Damn it, I can't even say this seriously.
Do it.
That's the
You're
point.
on the good
Keep
roll.
going. Keep going.
We're talking about a race that's been bred to kill. So clearly, this was the moment when he would have needed his gun. But then there was one night when an interdimensional portal opens. And it happens to turn out to be they were just planning on invading that particular part of the world. In his house.
Anyway, Lipp.
All right.
Where you go after that, I don't know. I saved you. And that's what I was saying.
I guess that was less slasher and more horror.
Yeah. But I mean, if I could just imagine the little babies slashing the ankles and going, because they're very short, and then they'd be hard to get like the zombies on Minecraft. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
I totally pictured it. It was hilarious. Okay, continue.
All right, so I guess it's Lipp.
Yeah, Lipp.
All right. Okay. Opening scene: Harrison Ford in a tiki hut. He's an archaeologist. Searching.
No way!
Yes. Searching some old.
Is it Indiana Jones?
Yeah, we'll get there. Searching an old cave guaranteed to be cursed. He unearths some treasure that's kind of valuable, but also unleashes a swarm of fighting babies. Cursed fighting babies. And these fighting babies, since they're cursed, are after him and constantly slashing down everybody in his excavation archaeology crew. So he travels back to America, and, his sidekick and him have to go on some car chase and fight off the fighting babies, and there's explosions, and the movie is called Indiana Jones 5, guaranteed to be better than Indiana Jones 4.
Alright. Oh wow, that made
That
it a
is
little
horrific.
bit more difficult. Yeah.
Well, okay, that's 3 very different versions of this movie.
Yes, it is. I'm going to have to. Wow. I'm gonna have to give it to Lipp, I think.
Woo!
It is. I don't know,
Indiana Jones 5 better than Indiana.
Well, that one. That's
the
what
search
sold
for
me.
a better movie than
It was the
Indiana
pitch-
Jones 4.
It was at the it was the pitch at the end that sold me on it. I have to. That's what tipped the
All
scale,
right,
and
whatever. That's
it.
fine. All right, Boo. The last round. Maybe you can redeem yourself, and we'll have to do another round.
Yeah.
Do we have an 18?
Okay, 18 gives you George Clooney.
No, George.
Yeah.
Oh,
George. Oh, Clooney.
Salt and pepper.
Salt and
Mr. Sultan.
All right, roll again.
17.
It's a drama.
Surprise.
This actually should fit right in for him. Keep going.
5. Ooh, my favorite.
With
number.
sexy.
Oh, crap.
Sexy drama.
It's a 6. I saw that one already. 12.
Cops.
Oh, fuck.
That's not bad. That could be doable. That actually makes sense.
George Clooney in a drama with sexy
Right.
cops.
Give me a moment here.
Yes. Have a few.
Dum dum. Time's up.
Whenever you're ready. Doesn't matter.
Well, let me tell you about it.
Well, why don't you tell us?
Let me tell you.
Oh, you can tell us?
All right, Chris.
Oh, crap.
Keep going.
This movie, I don't know, we're so obviously starring George here, but he's not in his typical role. He's your detective. He's your average detective, but he likes to swoon all of his teammates, right? So obviously he's known for being in a department that's just
Wait,
not the
male and
best.
female?
Not the best, not male and female. Yeah, they hire women. No, if anything, he's always known for that cop for being hitting on the women way too many times. He's I guess you could call him
Much as he is in every other
Yeah,
movie.
the
Like he's hitting
womanizer.
on Sandra Bullock while they're in space.
the womanizer who doesn't realize he is one. Anyhow, I could just see the drama unfolding here already. Georgie trying to to impress every single cop that comes his way, and then one day we have Sandra Bullock come into play. Thanks. You said Sandra earlier. Now I can't think of Sandra. Anyone else but Sandra. I'm sorry, Sandra. She comes in on the scene, and clearly she's a better cop than anyone else that comes into the department. She's above all else. She knows she's the best, and George can't take that. But he doesn't care because he can't seem to see past beyond his own need to deflower this woman or flower this already deflowered flower. Of course, events just unfold upon which it's just him and her realizing that they love each other.
Aww, that's beautiful. Next, Lipp.
All right. I also have Sandra Bullock in my movie. Okay, but we're going to start with George Clooney. He is a space cop. Part of a... Yeah, ready for space cop drama. Space cop, and he's part of the space cop SWAT team. So he wears space cop body armor with nipples.
I love how you guys are so specific here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, because he's got the bat nipples.
Yeah,
and Batman are off, and that's
that's the bad nipples.
Sorry.
Space nipples.
So he gets blasted.
It's so cold out in space, you have no choice but to have space nipples.
He gets blasted with solar radiation, melting the suit to his body. And then he has to go off and fight space aliens as a space cop. And he's in love with Sandra Bullock. And she turns out to be a space alien. And he has to kill her.
Aww.
The end.
All right.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sexy Space Cops, 3D.
I like how he names them too, right?
Yeah, that's the best part of them sometimes. Okay, so George Clooney is a sex addict. All right.
Interesting.
Plausible.
Plausible.
One night,
based on a true story?
It might be. One night when he goes out to get some prostitutes, he ends up getting arrested because they're sexy cops instead. So he gets arrested, and he has to think about it, There's a lot of drama behind it. His daughter visits him in jail, and he has to start thinking about his life and his daughter's life, and if he wants to, live this kind of life being a sex addict the whole time. So it's very long drawn out, he gets out, and his daughter loves him, hates him, loves him, hates him. He goes through the whole struggle of trying not to be a sex addict. It's like one of those Oscar, nominated roles that people usually get. It's very driven towards the character, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to get away from the sci-fi and all. I'm trying to get more into the drama part of it, right? So he has to deal with this whole thing, and it kind of finally ends when, near the end he realizes has to change his whole life because he actually has AIDS. He gets an STD.
Wow.
Woo! That's the Emmy nomination there.
Wow.
And then when he cries, that's when he's nominated at the end, And,
That beautiful
Ooh.
crying.
That's quite a drama.
Yeah.
All right, that is pretty dramatic, and I think I'm gonna have
to.
to give it to Jay for just the dramatic effect.
Yes!
Because
I felt like yours was more
really
like a drama.
ran-
Mine was a sci-fi fantasy.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
and I had to get away from that because we always go towards the sci-fi fantasy kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, how do I make this a real drama,
Sci-fi's just
Oh, I'm the champion this week!
I must have emphasized too much
Yeah.
of the sexy cops part.
Yeah, well, I did enjoy yours as well.
When you started yours, I was like, after you were done yours, I was like, fuck, how am I gonna do that? I'm like, okay, and then you said, oh, he's a space cop. I'm like, okay, I can't make George Clooney a cop in mine now. So I'm like, I gotta think it's just, okay, well, he's not the cop, he's somoneone else.
I have
think
my
you're
sheet
right
and
with
Dave starts
demolition,
saying
man.
cop, and I'm writing SWAT, and then I'm writing, now he's a space cop.
Now he's something
Yeah, he's gotta be.
Very good, boys, I must say.
Oh, thank you. I won this week.
You did.
I've never won one. I only played two, but I've only
Yeah.
ever played twice.
There you go.
There you go.
I'd hate to say it, folks, but it's already been 55 minutes.
Oh, wow.
We've had so much fun sitting here just talking to you guys and talking to the audience out there that, the time has just flown by. But if you guys want to hear more, leave comments below. If there's something you want us to review, leave comments below. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe. We will read comments on the show.
Comments below.
Mostly if they're on YouTube's. But even if you comment on SoundCloud, I'll read it too. This is Jpar signing off.
Cat.
Boo.
And Lipp.
And don't forget, folks,
We
we promise nothing.
nothing.
Good night.
Good night.
Stay tight.